Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? My name is Attorney Charles Zavala. I'm an immigration lawyer here located in Houston, Texas, but we can assist you with any immigration cases you have no matter where you are in the country or the world. So if you like our videos, feel free to subscribe, like, or follow us on any social medias. Normally we do videos that are informative, that have to do with immigration, criminal cases, or anything that we kind of work in the wheelhouse. If you would like an appointment with me, feel free to call the phone number on the screen. Every appointment will be with me personally via the phone. So it doesn't matter where you are, and we're more than happy to assist you. So today's video is going to be about, it's kind of been a theme I've been doing with videos in the past, but a question I get about from a lot of people is how do you get your green card through marriage, okay? And we've done some other videos explaining about this, so if you want, you can go back and look, but I'll kind of give you a little brief overview. But today's video is going to be specifically related to people who have what's called, I'm sorry, I'm pulling up something on my screen, an ESTA. Right? So an ESTA, and I'll explain to you what that is. So let's start from the beginning. If you are from another country, right, and you are married to a U.S. citizen or a resident, it is possible for you to get your green card through marriage, right? That's just kind of the way that the rules work. It's in the laws, it's okay. But a big question I get asked a lot is, do I have to apply while I'm in the USA or do I have to apply while I'm outside the USA, right? And that's going to depend on your present circumstances. If you're outside the country, you're going to have to apply outside the US unless we can get you in the country. And that's kind of what today's video is about. So there is something. So let's just imagine anytime you go to another country or when you're coming to the USA, you have to go through customs, right? And that's where you have to show them your passport and you have to show them your visa. So there are certain countries that the USA has a deal with or a treaty with, and those countries are given what's called an ESTA, and it stands for the Electronic System for Travel Authorization. Long story short, it's a deal that we have with a lot of countries where you don't need a tourist visa to come into the USA. The ESTA, it kind of works as a visa on its own, right? So a lot of European countries qualify for the ESTA. So that means that those people from those countries can come visit the USA without needing to get a B2 tourist travel visa. So what the ESTA does is it allows them to come into the country and it allows them to be here for 90 days. After that though, boom, you have to leave because it is a sort of tourist visa. However, a question I get a lot is, well, what if while I'm here on my ESTA visa, I get married to a citizen, or I'm married to a citizen and then I come on my ESTA visa? Is there anything that we can do? Technically, yes, there is, right? You're not supposed to, but yes. If you here, the government's going to look at, did you enter the USA legally, right? And if you entered with a tourist visa or an ESTA visa or a student visa, any visa that got you into the country legally, and then you marry a citizen or you're already married or something along that side, you can do what's called adjustment of status, which means you change your status from what you were to that of a green card holder, right? And this is something that you can do while you're on ESTA status. Obviously, when you're coming to the USA, I wouldn't recommend you tell the officer that I'm planning to come here to get married and get my green card, because you're not supposed to do that when you're on your ESTA. You're only supposed to come here to be a tourist, right? But obviously things change. If you get married or if you decide that you want to apply for your green card, it is doable, right? So the things we have to look at is this. If you have a tourist visa, if you have an ESTA, any sort of visa, and you entered the country legally, great. If you're married to a citizen, or in certain circumstances, a resident, you can apply for your green card while you stay here in the USA. And be careful, do not leave the USA while your application is pending, because they will deem your application abandoned. Even though that's not what you're trying to do, they will deem it abandoned, right? So another question I get a lot from people are, well, the ESTA only lets me be here 90 days, Well, my application, the green card application will take more than 90 days. What's going to happen? And that's true. Applying for a green card, I used to tell my clients it takes about 12 to 16, 18 months. Recently, we've been seeing them a lot faster, in about 6 months. I'm not saying that happens all the time, but we've been getting lucky. So yes, the ESTA is 90 days. So if you apply for your green card, you would be staying more than those 90 days, which means you would be accumulating what's called unlawful presence, right? Because they only allowed you to be here 90 days, and any time after that is unlawful presence. But if you're married to a citizen and you're applying for your green card and you stay here and you finish the process, you will be able to get over that unlawful presence and be able to get your green card here in the USA, right? So given what I've been telling you, let me kind of just give you a little role play example, right? Let's say I'm from the USA and my wife is from, what country do you want to use today? Let's say Poland, right? So my wife is from Poland and she comes to the USA on her tourist visa or her ESTA. Ooh, I'm not sure if Poland qualifies for the ESTA, but I think they do. But anyways, let's say she comes to the USA, she entered legally, right? And now while we're here, we get married, right? I get on my knee, I propose, and I say, look, let's get married. She now has the option of applying for her green card here in the USA, and we could do it all at once, or she can go back to her country and do it there. I usually recommend if you're already here and you don't mind staying here, we go ahead and apply while you're inside the USA because it's efficient and we can get your green card a little bit faster, right? So that is a typical situation that happens. Remember, you could also use this for children. So if you're a US citizen parent and your child is a foreigner and they come in on a visa, it could be ESTA, tourist visa, you could also help them out. Remember, the government wants to know you entered legally. If you entered legally and maybe you overstayed, but you entered legally and you have a qualifying parent or a spouse, you can apply for your green card, right? So this hopefully is really informative for a lot of people, especially Europe. Europe has a lot of ESTA travelers who come to the USA. So if you have a question regarding your ESTA or getting married under those conditions, feel free to give me a call. We handle a lot of these cases. We have a lot of experience handling this stuff, and we're more than happy to help you any way we can, right? So the gist of it, the conclusion is if you entered legally on an ESTA, tourist visa, travel visa, student visa, any sort of visa, and you entered legally, and you either overstayed or you got married while you're here to a U.S. citizen, you can apply for your U.S. citizen, your residency while you are here. There's a little rules that we have to be careful for, and that's why I would always recommend speak with a experienced immigration attorney because you don't want to get bad advice. But if you want good advice, feel free to give me a call on the phone number on the screen. Every appointment will be with me personally via the phone, and we're more than happy to help you any way we can. All right, thank you, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.